Okay, here we are. Hi there, everybody. This is Casey Christensen coming to you live from West Kelowna, BC. It's beautiful and sunny here. I was out this morning I'm working now, so I was out this morning at the Big Marks. I work at the Marks in West Kelowna here, but I went out this morning to the Big Marks to look for some clothing for work. I'm a little short on clothing, especially when I'm working 4 days in a row. I don't have 4 outfits. So there you go. I went shopping this morning and back in time to get out of the traffic. Thing about Kelowna is I love it here, but it gets very busy in the summertime because we're such a tourist town, right? So traffic was a little bit crazy going to Marks and coming back. But that's okay. I'm here now. So today I wanted to have a play with something that I've had in my collection for a little while and kind of forgotten about. It's these delicate edges right here on page 170 of the annual catalog, delicate edges. Now, I've not played with these at all, so I don't even really know what they do. So that's what I want to find out today, and I thought I would share that with you and see what each one of these dies does and what we can do with it. So let's get this out of the way. I pulled one of my DSP collections out to play with. So this is the Sun Prints. Okay, and the Sun Prints, as always on our paper, it always tells you on the cover sheet that comes with the paper what colors are involved in the making of this particular DSP. So this one is Gray Granite, Night of Navy, Pacific Point, and Starry Sky. So very, very blue. So I got out those colors just because I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do right now. We're just going to kind of wing it. And these are the colors. And the Pacific Point is throwing me off. For some reason, it's just throwing me off. But then I realized looking at this paper here, there is some Pacific Point in there. It's not quite as bright as the Pacific Point for my money, but it's there. The Pacific Point is there. So let's have a little peek at this paper because it's absolutely gorgeous. So the Gray Granite as well, on the opposite side of this sheet, for example, is the Gray Granite. And then we have lots of beautiful, beautiful prints to work with here. This one, like I said, has the Pacific Point. We might use that one because I'm tempted to use the Pacific Point. So we'll see about that. I think this one we saw already. Yes, we did. And then this sort of basic Gray Granite design. And then this also incorporates the Pacific Point. Hi, Dorothy. Nice to see you. Again, the Pacific Point. I was just saying that when I got out the papers that they say this coordinates with on the back of the DSP, the Pacific Point to me sticks out a little strange until you look at the DSP, and then you'll see that it has the Pacific Point in quite a few of the sheets, right? And then this one's just a lovely stripe. I do love a good stripe, especially when it's not a super linear straight stripe. It's just kind of a fun stripe, so I really like that. This I haven't quite figured out what I'll do with it yet, but I do like the idea. I like having this dark area here for certain things, and I'll have to give some thought as to how I want to cut this. I'm thinking that it might be pretty good for a slimline card, right? Because it's a kind of a tall design, so we'll see how that goes. And in the back, this gorgeous sort of a dark sky situation back there, which I like. And then finally this one again, I think I showed you a bit of that with the Pacific Point in it as well, and the Gray Granite. The Gray Granite's looking very beige to me in this particular DSP, but anyways, so let's get back to our focus, which is to play with these dies and see what we get from them. So let's have a look at them. I haven't even used them yet. They look like tons of fun. I think I might just start by cutting some and see what they look like. I think for my card base today, I'm totally winging it here, Dorothy. I have no idea what I'm going to do. I'm just sort of going along. And so I'm going to start with this for my card base because I think I pretty much know I want my card base to be the Gray Granite. And let's see, which way am I going to do? Yeah, I think I'm going to do my card this way. So we're at 5.5. and then scored at 4 1/4. Now I'm assuming, I could be dead wrong, but that's what today is all about. Yes, we are going to make a card, but mostly we're going to play with these, and let's see what they do for us. Okay, so this one I'm going to use the bigger cutter. I'm going to have to use the bigger cutter. And I'm going to use this magnetic sheet while I still can, because I don't know for how long I'll be able to use it. And I'm going to, this one's kind of iffy for me. I'm not quite decided how this one's going to work. Okay, so this edge here is not going to actually cut, but there's little dotty things here. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to lay those, and I'm going to line up the points. I'm just talking out loud here. So if this works, great. If it doesn't work, oh well, we just learned something about these dies. I'm going to line up my points along the very edge of my card base here. Okay, all of those points are lined up along the very edge. And then, because sometimes these dies throw me, sometimes I'll cut it and it turns out that it cuts it right off, like that this upper line here is a cutting line. On this one, I don't think it is, so I think I'm safe to do this. We're going to find out in a heck of a hurry, but I think I am. And let's see what happens. Now the reason that's so noisy is simply because I'm putting it through the machine straight, which of course we'd rather not do that. We always want to put something of strain angle. We always want to tip it to one side or the other. Oh, really, Dorothy? Are they out of it? Huh, that's too bad because it's really pretty paper. So that's why it made so much noise on my cutter. We never want to put something in direct along the edge like this, straightforward, because it can be hard on the cutter. But in this case, I really didn't have a choice. Look at this. I really didn't have a choice because I couldn't have put it in this way. Okay, and I wanted that to be right on my card. I don't want it to be a separate piece. So let's clear this business off here before I make an even bigger mess. I had a little visitor in my craft room earlier today. I was thrilled. My husband not so much. Our neighbor next door has gotten a dog. Now, I'm the world's biggest animal lover. I absolutely love animals of all kinds unless they're hairy and have too many legs. But this little dog, he's very cute. I don't know what he is. He's black and white, and he's very fluffy, and he probably weighs like 40 pounds. I don't know. He's not a big dog. He's sort of a medium-sized dog. But the guy leaves him in the yard all the time. He goes out all the time. He's a young fella. He goes out all the time and leaves him in the yard. Well, the dog is escaping, and he comes right over to my house, and because it's so nice outside, the doors are open, right? So next thing you know, I'm like, yesterday I'm sitting there having my dinner, and all of a sudden this dog comes screaming in, jumps right up on my lap with my dinner. Holy smokes. So I think my husband's going to, look at that. How pretty is this? Let's put something under it so you can get a better view of how nice that is. I like that a lot. Really a lot. Okay, so that's the first one. That's the first one. So I'm going to set that aside because that's probably what I'm going to use for my card. But I do want to cut some other ones. Now I have a feeling that these ones are going to cut out freestanding bits, okay? I'm pretty sure they're going to. So let me just get something scrap out of my scrap bag here, because we just want to see what they're going to look like, okay? So let's do this one and see what they're going to look like. But I do love that edge for that. I think that's the one I'm going to use to actually make a card. Yeah, I think they're supposed to be getting that paper in soon. That's what I've heard anyways. I hope so, because it's such a beautiful paper. So. All right, so let's see what this one looks like. So this little dog, you know, the thing that's bothering me is that the dog doesn't have a collar. So it's our house that he keeps coming to, but what if he doesn't come to our house? What if he takes off and heads down Glen Rosa or something? And here, let me get this out. Let me just grab something to show you. So I'm worried that he's going to get out, head down Glen Rosa or something, and he's got no collar on it. They don't have a collar on it, which is just crazy, especially when you have a dog that's escaping your yard, right? So this cool thing, it doesn't go on that end, it goes on this end. So with your take your pick tool, you also can get this little brush thing, which is pretty handy because when we're dealing with a piece like this is super pretty. Most of them came out, but when you're dealing with a thing like this, you can take this little brush thing and roll it over, and it will take all the little pieces out. Okay, now look at this. This is really pretty too. Look at that. That's gorgeous. Now that's one that I would probably recommend that you do it with that adhesive sheet on the back so that you're not having to glue that, right? That might be a little tough to glue because the pieces are so little, but if you put that adhesive sheet on the back before you cut it, then you would just peel it, and this is going to stick right down to wherever you need it to stick down to, right? So that's pretty cool. I'm liking that quite a bit. That's really nice. Okay, who's next? Let's see what this guy does. So this guy, I can't see doing him. Yeah, I can't see doing him on the edge of a thing. I think this is a freestanding thing that you're then going to glue on to something. So, all right, so let's see what this guy looks like. Let's find another scrappy bit. This guy's a little smaller. He's very cute. Let's get a little bit of that. And I'll just cut off a strip so I'm not using too much. Because I'm going to save these things, right? They're not, even though they're just trial, they're not garbage. They're going to get saved and I'm going to use them on some cards somewhere along the line. So let's try this one. See what we get here. Okay. This should be very cute. You see, the machine doesn't make the noise now because I'm able to feed it into the machine on an angle or on a narrower way anyways, instead of that wide bit that I had to put in for the first one. That's the only way I could do it because I didn't want to have any effect on the shape of my card. Let's look at this. Oh, this one's really cute, kind of delicate, right? This is kind of delicate. Look at that. That has Valentine's card all over it. I don't know why, but it does. I just think that's really, really pretty. And I'm thinking too, you know, you could do one in red and one in yellow and then place them sort of with each other. Stagger them a little bit and have like two colors. I think that would look pretty cool too. So there's that one. And then this last one's kind of exciting for me because it's big. And actually it makes me think of corn husks, and I don't think that was the idea when they did it. But that is what it makes me think of. So let's get a piece. Maybe I've got a piece of green in here, which would be a good color to do that one with. I probably do. Sure I do. There we go. Let's try that one. See what it looks like. Oh, aren't they cute? I love them. I know. Sorry about that. Sorry about that, Dorothy. I can't help it. All these things are just, they're so much fun, right? Well, I had to get a job to support this addiction, so. Just kidding, but it helps. It helps. Now I actually can buy everything if I want to. Well, not quite everything. That's what I would do if I won a lottery. I'll just take one of everything in the catalog, please. Thank you very much. And I'll take the priority shipping to what the heck. Get it here in a day or two. Okay. This is a bigger one. Let's see what that looks like. Okay. Oh, wow. Look. Oh, this is beautiful. Look at that. Oh, I'm so glad I got these dies. So there's that, that, and then also the one that cuts the bottom of the card. So this one here, which is delightful. I really, really like this. Okay, so now we've had a look. We know what things are going to do what. I love that one of them does this cutting off the card thing, though, because I do like that very much. I like that idea of the edge of the card being pretty like that. And it works either way, so it can be like this or it can be like this. It doesn't really matter. So I'm trying to decide how would I like it to be today. Let's get this out of the way. I'll clean up my dies later. Those are fun, right? I like them. I know I do too, Dorothy. I do too. That's why I'm saying I'm doing pretty good at this new job that I got. And I've already got quite a long wish list started just from well, the new caddy and then the Christmas, the mini caddy. I'm not 100% sure what I want out of that one yet. I'm still browsing that one to see what I want. I finally got those contour, I'll show you. I finally got these, which I've been wanting for a long time. I don't know why it took me so long to order them. But every time I got a card kit, whether it be from Rhonda Wade or from Allison Sullivan or Ange McKay, they had these beautiful scalloped little pages on them. And at first, I didn't think that I liked them. But every time I got a set, I got one of these. And I used them up and used them up. So I think they're pretty neat. So I just got these ones the other day. In fact, I just promoted to silver. And so when you promote to silver, you get or at least when you promote to silver with Ange McKay, you get a present. So that was my present. That's what I chose for my present for promoting. So to silver. So there we go. All right. So let's have a look at what we've done here and see what we would like to do. I think we're done with the big cut and emboss machine. I think we can use the mini for the rest of my plan here. I sort of have a plan. I don't always have a plan, but I sort of have one today. So I'm thinking of doing no, I don't think that's a good idea. Okay, gonna leave that for now. I'm thinking of doing this paper here, just because I really, really like it. This one. And then, let's put that down so it doesn't fall down. So we've got our first layer here. Now our second layer is not going to be your typical second layer because we are missing some stuff here, right? We have this part here. So let's get my ruler out and see. I know I need 5 1/4 by 5 1/4 by 3 1/4-ish. I'm going to cut it a little larger than that. 5 1/4 by 3 1/4-ish. And then I can always cut it down a little bit if I need to. I'm going to do it 3 and a little more, so that I can decide by increments where I want that to be. No, I definitely don't want it like that. Let's do, I want less of a show on the outside, so that's not bad. And then, you know what I'm going to do, because it's easier when you're dealing with odd measurements like this, I'm just going to grab a pencil and I'm going to make a mark. So there we go. Right about there should do it. And give me what I want. No, I can't see it. There it is. Right about there. Right about there. Put that other stuff in the scrap bin. I'm just doing this because this one edge doesn't look even to me, and in fact it wasn't. It wasn't even. I'm going to have to do this. It's too narrow for that slider to cut. Thank you, Dorothy. I didn't even know I did it, to be honest. But anyways. And it's not because I'm really good at sales or anything like that. It's all me. It's all, I spent it all. So I got promoted because of how much money I've given to Stampin' Up. That's basically what it is. Okay, so let's put that down. And we'll put that straight down. A little bit in the middle. Where's my, I just feel a little bit of an unevenness along this thing, so I'm just going to take my emery board here and file that down a little bit. There we are. And we're just going to pop that down there. And then a piece of this. Now again, I'm going to use my pencil because I find that so much easier. And then trying to measure. When it's odd measurements like that, it's just so much easier to mark it with your pencil. Make sure you mark it so that you can see it though. Oh dear. There it is. Right about there. There, and then there. I do love the colors in this paper. They're just very gratifying. Nice blues. All right. And we're going to put this one down solid as well because we're going to do some popping up of other things. So this weekend I work 4 days in a row, holy cow. Oh boy. I have 3 downlines actually. I do. No, do I have 4? I have 4. Yeah. So yes, I do have downlines. There we go. Now, I want to take this set, and I'm going to use the sentiments from here, the sending. Oh, wait, what do I need? I need the dies. That's what I want. I want the dies. And I'm going to do the outline of sending. I'm going to do in the navy, Night of Navy. So where's a piece here? We're going to get out the little guy because we don't need the big one for this. We can just use the small one. So let's get out my stuff for that. Okay. We'll just cut ourselves one of those. There we go. So there's that, but then we also need, hang on while I get a little piece of the self adhesive here. Let's get a piece of this. Unless I've got one. Let me check and see if I've got one. Sometimes I have them kicking around in here because I saved them. No, looks like I don't this time. Oh, yes I do. Yes I do. Look at that. That whole piece has the adhesive stuff already on it. Looks like I might have done this kind of card before, right? Because it's the same die as well. So let's just cut this off. And so we'll get our sending. So there's our, well now, that didn't cut. Interesting. Did I have it on upside down? That's a possibility. Maybe I had it on upside down because it didn't cut at all. Can't think what else. Oh, yeah, that's the right one. Let's try this again. We'll do it twice for just in casers. Okay. Well, I must have done something wrong. Maybe I had it upside down. Who knows? It's possible. I've done that before. It will not cut if it's upside down. So let's pop the sending in here as well. And again, my sending has adhesive on the back. That's going to make it much easier to put these two pieces together. So there we have it. I'm going to run these through twice just because I can. There we go. Now you saw me use that little brush for getting little bits out, this little brush here that I use for getting little bits of stuff, for getting the little bits of paper out of this. I use this to get little bits out. The thing about using this, adhesive is that 9 times out of 10, when you pull off the adhesive, all the little bits come with it. 9 times out of 10. I'm not going to say that's a for sure thing, but I find for the most part that when you pull off the backing, the sticky backing, the little bits come with it. So this one's not a good example, but for example, I would suspect, I could be wrong, but I would suspect if I had cut this one out with the adhesive sheet on the back, when I peeled off the adhesive sheet, I'm pretty sure all these little pieces would have come off with it, or at least a large number of them. Not every one comes off, but I have found that for the most part, they do come off with that. So, okay. So this is going to go on here. I'm just going to peel off my bit. I cut all my nails off last night, so now I have nothing to grab with. I'll tell you what, this job is wreaking havoc on my fingernails. Holy smokes, is it ever. That's okay though. That's okay. So you just want to start at one little end of this. It's quite pliable. So just work along with it. And you're able to manipulate your little pieces. Now the idea being that you save that teeny little dot here, but I never seen, there's a tiny dot there that I've probably lost it already. You want to be conscious of keeping that if you want to keep it, but I don't need to keep it. I'm going to put a bling thing there. I'm going to put some kind of bling there, okay? So there's my sending. So now I'm also going to use the same stamp set as I do with it here. And we're going to make, let's see, what are our choices? Smiles across the miles, all the good luck your way, sunshine to brighten your day, love and big hugs, birthday wishes, a note of thanks, a card to say hello, comfort and strength. I think I'm going to go with sunshine to brighten your day. That's this one here. And these are photopolymer, which means if you wanted to, I'm not going to, but if you wanted to, you could make your stamp take a little curve action there. You see how I've got that on there curved? You could do that if you were doing it right on the stamp, and you can curve it quite a bit if you want to too. I mean, look, I can curve that quite a bit if I want to because it's photopolymer. So that's a possibility depending on what you're working on. I'm going to do it straight because I'm going to put it on a piece of paper. Okay, so let's find a small piece here. No, that's another piece that's got the stuff on it. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. Maybe this one. Sure, it'll fit on that one. And I'm going to use my Night of Navy. Night of Navy is one of my favorite colors to do sentiments with because it seems to stamp so nicely and crisply. You know, it really does do a nice job. Just be sure and lay your stamp down carefully. Don't press too hard. If you press too hard with the photopolymer, you're going to squish the actual rubber. You'll squish the photopolymer, and then your letters will be distorted. Look at that. That's just kind of perfect, isn't it? That's just kind of perfect. Let me wash that off right away. Okay, now I'm going to get, there are dies in this set here to give you your, there we go. So that's going to require some washi tape to get that nice and straight because I want to use the mini. So let's give that some evening up. There we go. Sending all the good luck your way. That's kind of neat. Okay, let's do this. I went on Pinterest to see what people were doing with these dies, but there isn't anything on. There are cards there, but they're of older sets of these kinds of dies. So nothing current to see. All right. So I've got my sending. And I've got my all the good luck your way. Come on. There we go. There we go. And I'm having a little thought here. Let's just bear with me. I'm having a little thought. I'm going to get one of my smaller embossing folders and maybe maybe not the smaller one, maybe my Fern one. I got a new one. That's Ferns, and it's absolutely gorgeous. So there's ferns on here. At least they look like yeah, they are ferns on here. So let's have a look at this. I haven't used this yet either. Let's have a look at this. I am going to use the larger embossing machine for it. But let's just have a look at this. I have an idea. I just have a little idea that I like the idea of, and we'll see how it looks. So let's pop this in here. Be sure that your Stampin' Up! Emblem here is legible to you. It should be right side up and facing you. And this is always going to go into your machine fold side first. What happens is, if you put it in the other way, you can end up getting a crack down here on the fold, which is not a good thing. So you always want to put it in that way. And really, the Stampin' Up! Part, if the Stampin' Up! Emblem is up, it just means that you're making an embossed piece in the way that the company intended it to look. It doesn't mean you can't use the debossed side if you want to. You can use whichever side you like. It's your card, it's your business. But it's just, if the Stampin' Up! Is there, then it's the way the company intended it to look. Okay, so hang on one second. I got to do this one on the bigger machine. It's a 3D embossing folder. Wait till you see this. I got to use this folder for the retreat I was at, and I absolutely loved it. Look at this. Look at that. Isn't it gorgeous? So what I want to do here is I want to cut a strip. At least I think I do. I'm just playing. We're winging it today, right? So we can try new things. When we're winging it, we can try new things. So I'm going to cut a strip of this, and I think not a very wide one. I'm going to go with 1.5 because I can always change it after. I'm going to go with 1.5 for the moment. And I am going to have it go all the way across, like so. At least I think I am. No, I'm not. I changed my mind. See how fast that can happen? I just changed my mind that quickly. They say it's a woman's prerogative to know exactly what they want and then change their mind, right? I believe in that. So it's going to go from here to here. So I'm going to take off just a sliver, like about that much. A little sliver more. Yes. Because I think, where's my sending? Oh, there it is. I think I like the idea of the sending sitting on something. Like, yeah. Oh, I really love that Fern embossing folder. That's a must-have. As far as I'm concerned, that's a must-have. Because, you know, ferns kind of go with anything. And I'm expecting some ribbon soon, but in the meantime, I don't have much of a selection. But let's see what I do have. I can't use that. I think it's not still current. Can I use this denim? I have to check the catalog. I'm not sure if my denim ribbon is still current or not. I hope it is because I haven't even really used any, but you know, you never know. 144, 146. Here we are. Yeah, I can't use it. Bummer. Okay, well, that's all right. So we're linening it. Linening it? We're going to use linen. We're going to use linen. The linen looks really good. I'm going to use a chunk of it actually. I'm going to just wrap this around a few times. Say 4 times I'm going to wrap it around. I'm going to make myself a bow. So I'm a little out of camera shot there, but there we go. So I got a little bow. And let's just tidy that bow up a tad. There we go. Ouch, ouch. There we go. So let's take off some of this. And we're just going to drop that down. Oh, not there. I need to fix that little bit of cardstock that's popped out there, and I don't know why it's popped out. I think I have a raw or a rough edge there. That's better. There we go. That looks pretty good. I think that looks pretty good. Okay. Now we can take our sending. Now let's look at that and see where we want our dimensionals to be. We should have some big ones and some little ones here. That one does not want to come off. I don't know what it is. It's gushy. It's gushy. I think I can put them just about anywhere I want to here. So let's find some little guys. I'm going to need some little guys for along here. One. I'm just going to put one anywhere that there's room for one to be. Making sure I have enough to give it a good stick down. So I do have a few brand new things that I got. I have shown them, but I haven't had a chance to use them yet. So I'm kind of concentrating on getting out some of my new things. So there we have sending. Don't let me forget that I've got to put a dot over that eye, and I know just what I'm going to use. Now this one I'm going to take one of these little leftover bits that I have, and I'm going to cut a long strip of adhesive here. However, somewhere along the line, I think I want it along the edge there like that. Yeah, I think I do. So this can just peel off. It's just like anything else. I've just cut a sliver off of a. Then you have a nice long strip of adhesive there to hold that together. Sending all the good luck your way. That's nice, right? I like that. Okay, sending all the good luck your way, and then we're going to get some, I happen to know that in here I have some white matte dots. I really like white matte dots, and I've got some. Let's just see if I can, here they are. So see these little guys? This is a perfect size to dot that little eye, right? So let's get some of these out. And we'll get a tiny one out, because that's what we need to dot the eye. We don't want anything too big. There we go. See that? That's kind of perfect. I think that's kind of perfect. So let's do a bigger one here. I think I want to do the gray one though. Oh, it stuck to me. No, don't stick to my bow, silly thing. Well, it's good and stuck too.
Oh, there we go. Look at that.
That's pretty, isn't it? Now, my decision is, do I want to put, no, I think I'm going to do a white sheet inside. Oh, I've missed a little hole here. So let's look at our deckled rectangles. As you know, that's my favorite right now. So I tend to use what I love the most for a little while, and then I'll move on and use other things. But for the moment, it's deckled rectangles. So let's get this out, and let's see our sizes. And see if we can incorporate I think we can. I think I'm going to use this big one. I'm going to try it anyways. I think I want to use that big one. And so that we can get some white showing through on that lacy bottom, right? We'll just see how that works out. So let's get some white. I think I need to get a... I think, yeah, give me 1 second. I need to get some. I'm down to my last pieces of Whisper White, but I'm trying to hold out till July 1st to place my next order. So I've got my order all organized and what I want, but I got to remember to put some basic white paper on there because I'm going to need it. I'm going to need it. All right, so let's give us a piece of this. All right, get this out, and I need to do this on the big cutter, so I'm just going to pop around here. There we go. Again, noisy, right? Because I put it in straight on, which I really shouldn't do. I should listen to my own advice is what I should do. But here we are. Hi, Kim. Nice to see you. Don't be sorry. Life gets in the way, doesn't it? I mean, look at me. I'm so used to being here at 4 o'clock every day, and I can't do it anymore. So, and this weekend I'm working 4 days. So I don't know where I'm going to fit something in. I want to try and fit something in. I just don't know where. So let's see how it looks. Before we commit to this, let's see how it will look when we close the card. I'm not sure how I'm feeling about that. Maybe if we put it further down. I'm still not sure. What do you think? What do you think of that? I could completely cover the inside of the card with white. I could do that. I think that will look better. Or I could put a white layer inside here. I think that's what I'm going to do. I've got a white layer here. Yeah, I'm going to take a sliver off of that. There we go. Yeah, I'm thinking, hi Shirley, nice to see you. I'm thinking that white right to the bottom is the way to go. So I'm going to take a sliver off of that so it's the same size. And I'm going to put it on the inside here. And then I can still put my deckled rectangle there. Right? Yes, I think that's the way to go. Okay, so I'm actually going to do my gluing on this part. Nice to see you here, Shirley. I was just saying my playtime is being interrupted by this thing that I got called a job. So I'm having to work my lives when I can. Yeah, you know what? That looks really nice. Okay, give me a second. I'll show you. I still want to put that deckled rectangle in there though because I need it for being. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? I need it for being for writing on. So that's still going to go in there. And is there something I could stamp on it? I don't know. Sometimes I like to stamp on the inside. Let me look at the set and see what there is. Nothing really jumps out at me. There's some flowers, but I don't know whether that would look good. Because it's not really in keeping with what I've done on the front. So I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave the inside blank. So I'm trying to think what I work tomorrow. I work mostly 5-hour shifts. However, because it's the long weekend, and of course everyone has a reason that they can't work, I am working. I know on Saturday I'm working 9 to 5. Not going to lie, I'm not thrilled about that. I kind of made a request of the 5-hour maximum because I'm old, okay? I don't need to be on my feet for 8 hours in a day. I just don't need to do that. Plus, my department is footwear, and there's a lot of heavy lifting and a lot of running around. So, look at that. What do you think? Tell me what you think. I think that is so cute. Do you think that my... you know what? I do this all the time. This is people who know me know I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. Where's my thing? Here. I'm taking off the gray ones. And I'm putting on the white ones. But I really want to leave the gray one on the sentiment. And I'm going to put the white ones on here. I think that they stand out better. And I think that they look nicer. So here we go. There we go. No, and now I need the white one on here too. That's okay. That's okay. This is how I roll. I need a white one on here too for continuity. There we go. There we are. That is so cute. I love these dies. Let's see if I can find those bits again so you can see them. So, we got the one that I just did. We have... Isn't it amazing how fast I can lose things? I just amaze myself. Okay, so we have the one I just did, and we have, let's get a piece of paper to put these on so you can see them. Here we go. This one, and this one, and this one. Now, this one, I'm looking at this Sending Smiles dies. And we have these small flowers here, these small bunches of flowers. I'm pretty sure you could do this and add flowers to it. In fact, I think that's what I'm going to try for my next card. I'm going to cut out one of these in the green like this, or maybe use this one, and then add colorful flowers onto it. I think that would look pretty cool. This one to me screams Valentine's. I'm not quite sure why. But maybe a little Wink of Stella on the flowers, give the flowers a little life. You could also cut this out. Now, we're talking fussy cutting here, but you could also cut this out twice and have like a row like this of red and a row of yellow behind it to sort of intertwine them, which would look really cool. Or you could cut it out in red, cut it out again in yellow, and then fussy cut each of these flowers out in yellow and put them down on top of the red just to add a little more, yeah, a little bit like umbrellas, right? A little bit like umbrellas. That's because I've got it upside down. But yeah, they do. They look a little bit like umbrellas. But my brain's just like, what can I do? What can I do? What can I do? So there you have it. Those are the 4 things that you're going to get from this set of dies that I've already lost the packaging for. It's called, it's this set right here. No, it's not that set either. Oh my goodness, how many sets do I have out here? I can't even find the packaging that came in. Delicate Edges, I believe it's called. Delicate Edges. It's in your catalog. And I have no idea where the packaging is at this very moment. Delicate Edges, though, it's called. So I'm kind of pleased with that card. I quite like it. And this is the Sun something. This is the Sun Prince DSP. And I used the colors that the back of the DSP suggests. So lots of fun. So I am going to try, I'm going to work with this for a few days. I don't know when I'm going to be on next. You will get notification. I'm pretty sure, I don't know. I can't remember what I'm working. I know I'm working 9 to 5 on Saturday, and the other days I'm doing a 5-hour shift, but I can't remember, and they can be anywhere from 9 to 1 right up to the other day I worked from 2 to 7. So if there's no, you know, it's just whatever it is. But I'm liking the job. It is kind of fun. And of course the money doesn't hurt to support my addiction here. I'm putting an order in tomorrow. I'm not going to lie, it's a big one, and I'm pretty excited about it. And I can only do that because I have a job. So there we go. So thank you for joining me. Yeah, I do like the blue and white sending. I love this, actually. I love this. There's a Christmas one too. I don't know if it's current or not, but there is a Christmas one too that also does the same thing with the background and then the writing on top, and I think it just says jolly or something like that. I'm not sure, but thank you for joining me. I'm glad I was able to come on today, and we'll see what happens. Just watch your notifications. Again, you can find me here, Stampin' with Casey, Instagram, Stampin' with Casey, or YouTube, Stampin' with Casey, and of course you can catch the replay. So from West Kelowna, bye for now. I'll see you next time.